Hey guys, Prowl1701 here, and today we are going to talk about the Jon Pertwee stories that I still haven't seen and rank the order that I want to see them from the one I want to see the most to the one I want to see the least. Naturally, again, as a ranking list, it's not like ranking the stories for the stories because I haven't seen them yet, so I can't really say, but it's just ranking the ones I want to see the most versus the ones I still want to see but not as much. And unlike most of my lists where I kind of count down from 5 to 1, because there's only 5 of his stories I haven't seen, we're going to do the one I want to see the most and then go down from there. So the one I want to see the most of the 5 I haven't seen yet, because I've seen all of Season 7, I've now seen all of Season 8, and I've seen all of Season 10. It's only Seasons 9 and 11 I haven't seen everything from. So the one I want to see the most is the Time Warrior. A lot of this is just due to the fact it's Sarah Jane's first story, and Sarah Jane is my favorite companion. And I haven't seen a lot of Season 11. I've only seen 2 stories from it. So I haven't seen a lot of Sarah Jane and the third Doctor interacting. So I'd like to see more of the kind of relationship they have, because I'm so used to seeing her with Tom. And just because the story looks interesting. I know, I think they go back to around the medieval period in it. And I believe it's the first story with the Sontarans, and I like the Sontarans. At least the classic Who Sontarans. So, yeah, I really, really do want to see the Time Warrior. It seems to have a pretty good reputation. I do run into some people that for some reason or another doesn't like it, but most people I talk to seem to really enjoy it. Number 2 on the list is Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Look, everything I always hear about this basically boils down to the dinosaur effects look really bad, but the story is really good. I hear that all the time. It's got such a good story, such a good story, such a good story. And I'm one of those people, I'm willing to forgive a lot of the effects most of the time if the story is good. Unless it's a story called Power Crawl, because that one sucks. The script is good, but the execution of Power Crawl sucks. But Invasion of the Dinosaurs, everybody raves so much about the story that I do want to see it. And again, it's got Sarah Jane in it, and I love me some Sarah Jane. Number 3 is the Monsters of Peladon. And that basically boils down to that I love The Curse of Peladon. I'm a huge fan of that story. I think it's a bit underrated. So I really do want to see Monsters of Peladon since it's a sequel to it and the Doctor's back on Peladon. I do hear that Monster's not as good as Curse. That seems to be the general consensus I get. And a lot of times I hear that Monster's just kind of eh. But I would like to see it just to kind of form my own opinion of it and see what I think compared to that. Next on the list is the Mutants. I've never seen the Mutants and don't really know a whole lot about it. It doesn't seem to have the best reputation, but I don't hear it crapped on a lot either. Seems to just kind of be there. So, again, I don't know a lot about that one kind of going into it, which would be nice. It's kind of nice going into a story mostly in the dark about it, so I can really form my own views on it. So that was 4th on the list. And last on the list is the Time Monster. I've mentioned before, I have actually seen either the first episode or the first 2 episodes of the Time Monster. I just remember at the time I couldn't get into the story, and it was a friend of mine was letting me watch some of his BritBox stuff, and we had been watching a lot of Doctor Who, and at that time I kind of just needed a break because I'd been watching a lot of Doctor Who, and I think that episode just being so unengaging just kind of burned me out, because I remember when I stopped watching after the first episode or 2, I stopped watching Doctor Who for a bit. I kind of took a break from it. So that could be the reason why I couldn't finish it, so I do want to kind of go back and actually watch it with fresh eyes so I can give it a proper evaluation to see what I think of it. So those are the order that I would like to see the 5 Pertwee stories I haven't seen yet. Those are the only 5 I haven't seen. I've seen the rest of his stuff. I love the Pertwee era. It's one of my favorites. So the Time Warrior, then Invasion of the Dinosaurs, then Monsters of Peladon, then the Mutants, and then the Time Monster. What do you think of these stories? Comment down below and let me know what order you would pick if you had never seen these. Or better yet, since a lot of you have seen these, rank them. I'd like to know. Go ahead and rank a top 5 of what you think of these stories from best to worst. Let me know. I'm curious to actually see that. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I have started a Patreon page. If you would like to contribute to that, you will find a link to that down below. Most importantly though, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.